Testing. There we go. Okay, somehow something got changed in the settings. It's been one of those days. Just technical difficulties since we tried to start. So yeah, here we go. We're dropping frames too. It's just I don't know. So we're just gonna push on through because here we go. All right, and so yeah, thanks for watching today. Today we're gonna break down Westworld, season 4, episode 6. So big. Bring yourselves back online and begin analysis. This is BrokenWorld. All right, guys. I should have known when it didn't even the line didn't even show up originally. All right. So yeah, I'm Dylan.
I'm Quin. I'm Quin. How are you?
Dinosaur World. It's Jurassic Park, Quin.
Ow.
Yes. All right. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Whether you're new to the show or you're returning, we appreciate you coming along for the ride. And we hope that you will join us every Monday night, 9 p.m.-ish, as long as things go well, Central Standard Time, to talk about Westworld, Season 4. So please like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon, if I can find it. There it goes. So that you know when we drop new videos, when we go live, and all that fun stuff. So don't forget to check out that website at www.broken.pictures.com. And yeah, no special notes. Just stay healthy out there. Stay away from monkeys and pox.
And apparently COVID that you can catch back to back.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, well.
Funsies.
Funsy bunsies. Before we start, we're going to do this part first. Westworld is a TVMA TV show. So if you are watching this show, just be aware we might be saying some things that are, very mature in nature. Why did my voice do that? Very mature in nature, so please be aware of that. Now to the other guy. If you're still here now, that means you're ready for the broken world. If not, hold on. Let's start over. The buttons are there. It's very weird.
Here.
Rewind. There we go. If you're still here and you haven't seen the Westworld, this is your last chance because this is your spoiler alert. In this episode of The Broken World, we will be talking about episode 6 of Westworld. So if you haven't watched that, pause this, go watch that, and then come back. And then what I said earlier about the mature stuff, you have been warned.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Ghost says hi, by the way.
Huh?
I said Ghost says hi, by the way.
It's the ghoster.
Yep. He's the reason I always have dog hair on my clothes.
Always.
All right. Go lay down, pal.
He's like, I
Okay.
want to read something.
You want to say something? You want to say something? All right. Speak. 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 Okay.
Okay.
Good boy. Good boy.
We get 300 million views off that.
He's like, where's my, you know what? T word.
Yes.
All right, go lay down.
So.
All right. And he just dips out like a Muppet.
Any Walking Dead? Dear goodness. Any Westworld news?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
We're dropping that. You keep bringing it up every week.
Sorry. All right.
I left it on there just because we might at one point have something.
One day.
My bad.
All right. Here we go.
Hey, listen!
Season 4, Episode 6, Fidelity. To Thin? Quin,
do you know anything outside of modern English? The the other day, he was like, "Alt like Zion. What is that?"
Dylan, again, they are not saying words. They are going. They are literally humming to thine own self be true. Selves be true. Selves be true.
You must not have read the the King James Bible.
Not in a long time.
You ever had those friends that were like so holy they'd be like speaking in like thee and thine, and they're like, "Oh, excuse me, I've been reading my Bible too much." It's like, really, dude? Or those people that pray in King James, and it's like, you really think God speaks King James? Like, it's only like a few hundred years old. That translation.
Boy, howdy. Oh man.
Anywho, this is a philosophical show. Right? I mean, we're just gonna jump right in.
This show's super philosophical. So, what would you rate this episode?
I thought this was a pretty good episode. It's pretty straightforward, though. I'm gonna say a 9.
9? Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 too. Because it's
9 Caleb's.
9. Oh man, that's hitting it right on the head. The episode when they follow Bernard and Maeve now. Well, yeah, Bernard Bernard. When they follow Bernard, Caleb, and Maeve.
You're gonna like conjure a demon if you're not careful. The chairs start floating.
They didn't say it a third time, I guess.
Like Beetlejuice.
So when we follow those three, now that we know that we're in I guess 23 years is distant future.
Well, yeah. You're talking about from Caleb's death?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now that we're in the
distant
future, everything is...
Get ready to feel real old. 20 years is the distant future.
Oh, boy. I'm sure...
Coming up on your high school reunion here, Quinn?
That's my 10 years this year.
Oh, Lord.
I'm sure if this
was... I'm past 25.
Oh. All right, well...
Thanks,
I'm sure in 1776, 20 years was the distant future for them.
1776?
In 17...
Is that when you're trying to say that I graduated?
No, I was just... Okay, hold on. I was going to say that before you said 25 years for you. And so... All right, so... Okay.
I'm not that old!
Hello. The newest episode was Noise.
Hey, Donovan, what is up, man? Appreciate you watching. That's my buddy in Conway, Little Rock area, film buddy.
So yes,
One of these days we're gonna actually like cross over and be on each other's podcasts. They do the 241 podcast, which is really good, and they're into the same stuff that we are, and they're just like down there. So we should we're gonna call at some point, but. He needs more notice than I can give him because I live life by my bootstraps, apparently. Or not bootstraps?
Yeah, bootstraps.
Bootstraps? I was going to say, shoot
the seat of your pants?
The seat of my pants, yeah. I don't know one day from the next. I was just like, oh, we're doing that today? Cool. All right. Oh, sorry, Ghost.
I'm just here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'll also give it a 9. This episode was...
Menudo. What?
Straightforward as all get out. I think we're a bit slap happy.
I watched Umbrella Academy season 3 the other day. So all of it.
All of it?
Yeah. So.
Oh, Dylan, what have you done to yourself?
Yeah. It's a late night.
Yes. But yeah. They, as you said, C is Frankie, which is super yes. I was confused for like 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. Just 2 seconds. at the beginning of the episode when they had it turns out to be a flashback, and I was like, because when they went and got, he was in the park, he was sitting there watching them swing, and then Child Frankie came up and was like,
got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then went to her mother and was like, wait, what's going on? And then everything clicked.
Uade, is that right? Uade?
Mm-hmm.
Sound right?
Sounds right. I thought they were saying Jack.
Jack? For her mama's name?
Oh, no, for his name.
Oh. Wow.
Okay. My children were also screaming, but it's fine. So yeah, it really
yeah, it was Jay for sure.
It was Jay. It was super. I was wondering if the young man that was playing him was related to the other actor in some way, because he had his mannerisms and even speaking tone kind of nailed.
Yeah, he did.
So, but yeah, it was the start of that. It's so after they killed the host that was there to kidnap them, we know they ran away 23 years ago, and they've been just kind of shacking up, and the resistance.
I wouldn't say shacking.
Okay, all right.
There's other implications.
Not shacking up. They've been.
I don't, because she's got a girlfriend. I don't think
hiding in a shack. They've been hiding in a shack with other outliers.
Oh,
so, which, yeah.
Yeah.
It was humble beginnings.
Yeah. So we learned a little bit about their relationship, Jay's origin, which we should have known Jay was super dead when they started showing us his flashback, right?
That's how you know. You get more backstory, you're about to die.
Yep. That's an indicator, big indicator.
Yep.
And you called it last week that when he saw somebody on the stairs,
Yep. It was one of two options. It was either another him and he's dead and he got switched, or it was the man in black being like, "All right, fam, here's what's about to happen." Because
it's actually kind of both, I guess. But.
Yeah, a little bit. So, but which means the host that shot the man in black was the host, but he smooth shot the man in black. I mean, he wasn't trying to kill him, but I guess. Yeah. So I don't know how much he was actually.
That's true. I wonder. Yeah, because it wasn't a kill shot, obviously, but it was still. It still shook him up. I don't know if he was... Well, he was already kind of shaken up because he had spoken to the outlier. So maybe, I wonder...
3 solid shots.
I wonder if maybe Hale operating through Jay was trying to just take him out because of... She told him not to speak to her.
Yeah.
And he shows up, and guess what?
Spoke to her. So... But yeah. So then they... But from right from the get... We then have Frankie taking Bernard to their base, which turns out to be Gangster World. Is that the actual name of it?
I think so.
All right, we'll just keep going with Gangster World.
Gangbusters World.
Gangbusters World.
I don't know. What does gangbusters even mean? I think people use that a lot nowadays. It's like an old world word that came back or something. Like it's all gangbusters. It's like
one of us.
What does that even mean? Like I get it, but I mean. I don't know. I just want to know the origin of that. It sounds bad. Like when I first heard it, I was like, "What?"
Well, it was a TV show.
But Gangbusters.
Gangbusters was a TV show like in the '60s.
Huh.
Gangbusters, a police officer or other person who takes part in breaking up criminal gangs, or very successful.
Obvious things.
Yeah.
I mean,
second meaning is very successful.
I guess so.
So, okay, that's strange.
Yep, nice little sidetrack.
Yep.
Anyways, yep. So yeah, Gang World, Gangnam Style World.
They go to Gangnam Style World, and Bernard is up there. Listen, there's something. I used to be an architect here. I worked in the park, Gangnam Style. Well, and
oh my god, this is gonna be one of those episodes, y'all.
And he was, telling her everything. Well, not everything about his past, but some stuff that she was already suspect from the moment he said, "I worked in the park." You worked in the park 23 years ago, and you look like this.
Yeah.
That's cool, fam. What else happened?
Yeah, you were a programmer.
Oh, that's cool. You knew this host? Oh, that's cool. What do you mean they used hats? Yeah, but the hats were too slow. So
Yeah, that was new information.
yeah,
With the mirrors and everything.
which means GangWorld was it was, I'm sure it had to be one of the final parks, if not the final park.
So I mean, we saw the showdown with Maeve and the Man in Black and Hale and Caleb and everything at this construction site for a new park. But one of the Easter eggs is when they were driving up, and you could see the city of, like, I guess Chicago, you know, is like reminiscent of in the big desert. Off in the background, it was like a painting that they used, like digital painting. Off in the background, there's Roman World.
Ah,
Yeah, from the original movie.
yeah.
That they just kind of painted in, and the guy that said it on the behind the scenes thing was like, I really hope that we can kind of like
Mix
bring
it in
that
there.
back around somehow. But
I mean, you can. If you're doing a season 5, all you got to do is say, have a showdown. Meet me here, fam.
yeah, I mean, from day one they've said they're doing a season 5, but I mean, it really seems like they're getting close to wrapping shit up on this one.
So, I mean,
We only got 2 more episodes.
so it seems, but even with, we'll get into that here in a second, because I'm trying not to jump ahead too much. So yeah, Bernard shows her all this. He scans her. It's like, puts a chip in, reformats the thing. They find a
Blows in a cartridge.
I mean, Nintendo made these. Sorry. So he then has to, go out there. They go into the back of house of GangWorld, is what I essentially is.
Yeah, and he said it was based on the other parks. That's how he knew where everything was. So
Yeah.
obviously he's the new
sure.
Rehoboam, and he's got all that in his head, and so he's worked out all these probability things. So he's been there.
He knows,
and he knows where everything is.
Yep.
Obviously,
But he knows where everything is. But apparently, he gave us a piece of information that it's a very small sentence, and he said it very quick, and it was the very beginning of the episode. Mixed in with all this other information that we got, a lot happened. He said to her, I never really know what you're going to do, but most of the time it ends up helping us out.
yeah, she's the variable. She's the inconsistent,
Which leads...
uncustom variable. What's that math equation? The variables.
Something.
Oh yeah, so there's a constant and a variable.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So she's the big variable.
Yeah. Which means other outliers are probably unknown variables as well. Which means his
unless we're doing the whole like Skywalker thing where it's like, oh, she's Caleb's daughter, so of course she's like a super outlier.
She's a super outlier. She can create other outliers just by saying hi.
Which, I mean, she's not even really Caleb's blood either, because he met her mom in the hospital, and so like he just became like her father. But
Yeah.
I don't think he's like her blood father.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
Well, because of the timeline, because they said that they stopped the war like 3 years ago prior.
Oh, yeah. 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
She was 7, so she had been 3. But he's known her since she was like a baby.
Yeah, he's not the stepfather. He's the father who stepped up.
Yes, that. But because she sees him as her dad. So yeah, but also for whatever reason,
No idea what her real dad is, if that's a thing.
He's either dead
Doesn't
or
matter.
zombie. It doesn't matter for this segment
Caleb's
story.
her daddy.
But Hale also is then flip over to Hale and Caleb in the room of Caleb's.
Yeah.
This messed up ass mess. Yeah, I'm like, all right, fam.
I knew as soon as I saw another one telling him what to do, and he kept running into more of himself. I'm like, how did they not know that this is happening? Like, he's escaping and there's no body, like charred body left.
Yeah.
Like, this is obviously part of his Fidelity.
Yeah, to see.
And Hale is all about it. She's all over it. She knows exactly what she's doing.
She's like, I need to see what he's gonna really do. If he makes it all the way to the end, how does the last page of this story play out? And she got. We'll get there too. But yeah,
she's super desperate, man.
She's super desperate. Caleb with Hale. Hale starting to really get up in Caleb's face. Caleb was like, fam, I see you sweating.
I haven't seen her that angry in a while.
Yep. He's like, I see you sweating, and I'm not going to offer you a towel. And then she's like, that's cool. I'll just turn up the heat. We can sweat together. So then she leaves. Flames come out the ceiling. He's like, what is this? He rolled a nat 20. He's like, hole in floor, dip.
It sounds like one of your descriptions. Like, you kick the grate, but the grate doesn't move. You find an arrow scratched in it, and you pull it.
And you pull it. He pulls it out. He gets out, and then he just keeps going, finding clues of past Caleb's that got to a certain point that then...
Yeah, like the hand and the bloody hand on the wall and everything. Like, I get it, but it was just like obviously part of the Fidelity test.
Yeah. So I mean, but he's like, I'll take a chance because I'm like, obviously her or her cleaning bots who literally don't miss a spot just left that there. And,
and he kept telling his other selves like, Frankie's alive. Frankie's alive. It was like, do you really think your other selves would be trying to get out like this if they didn't think Frankie was alive, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, but he kept going. He kept doing things. He killed a faceless bot.
Yeah. There's a name for him. I can't think of it, though.
Host bot? No. Something. Well, yeah, those things.
Yeah. Veiny boy.
The veiny boys, which I didn't realize veiny boys were red on the inside. I was very disturbed.
Yeah,
by all of that.
I mean, they bled just like hosts bleed, but like they have that blood and stuff so that they can replicate humans. So I don't understand why those would have that.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be just like like alien, just like white goo come out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was gonna be inside. Like honestly, or it'd be blue.
And when he busted open the head. And it almost looked like you could see skin on the inside. I thought for sure it was going to be like Skywalker.
It was like him?
Yeah, it's like blown open. It was just going to be his face right there.
No, these faceless ones, though, they reckless as all get out. The number of times I've seen them just walk up to somebody and be like, right up on their throat and chin. I'm like, oh, hold on, fam. We don't know each other. Take me out to eat first. Dang.
He turned around and it's like, did you blink? Did you blink? Like all up in their face, like he can see him or something.
Who blinked?
Like,
I heard somebody blink.
Right, yeah. It's like, dude freaking blinked. Like you couldn't tell from their heart rate or any of that kind of stuff. I don't know. Like the random blink from behind was like, really, dude? Like I don't know. For me, it just was like, okay, that's too much.
All I hear is JB Smooth is, I told you what happened if you blink again.
But I mean, flies, like, ever since this season started, like, flies, like, I really hated flies before, but now, like, flies are terrifying.
Yeah, super are. So, yep, kids keep my door closed. They really don't want to. So, yeah, Caleb, he took it out, pulled it in the closet. He's like, another handprint. My wedding ring. Mm-hmm. All right. Here we go. That was weird. That's not. What's going on? And he opens another grate. He follows it through. He's just like, all right.
Yeah, and the air ducts, like in the movies, that are ginormous.
Giant air ducts.
I mean, like air ducts in real life are like this big.
That big, and I was like, I made it to the. That's me. There's a me over there. What? Ah, frick. He gets over to him and he's like, I'm dead. That sucks. What's down there? 2 more me's. Mm-hmm. They are also dead.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. He's going to have to like climb out and climb over or something.
Or he's going to have to do something because obviously
he was straight getting ready to jump. And he's like, oh, here we go. Let's see if it works.
And then me was like, stop, fam. Don't do this. Use me. What do you mean? Use me, fam. Just do it. And he's like, oh, okay. I'll use you. And he's like, all right, here we go. Ah! And then he gets up.
That was kind of reckless. Like, I understand, like, he was, like, hurting and barely holding it together, but it was like, I don't know. I thought Caleb was smarter than that. It's like, I'm just going to use myself as a body bag, or
A body
airbag,
shield, yeah. To break my fall and also
like,
my
I don't even know
leg.
if that would really even work, to be honest with you.
Yes, but you'd crack something.
It would hurt.
It
and
hurt.
he's just like, cocoon, like, well, I mean, you like hit your own head, like your
Yeah.
head hit the floor, like there's so many things,
he didn't
so many
get-
variables.
He didn't get up unscathed, but
Yeah.
and then he was like, oh, thank you, me. I love me. I love all of me. Thank you.
And like his abilities are like tuned way down to human abilities because they have so much more potential with that.
Did you see what his frame looked like when she was building a new one at the end? His was regular bone. Well, not regular bone, but material like made to be human bone.
Interesting.
The same density. Unlike
Well, don't they all have that kind of structure?
They have that structure, but they have their exo overlay that allows them to be a bit more durable. Still get the human feel, but he ain't got that other. It's just like that bone-looking material, skeleton, goo to make skin.
So she's purposely making where he cannot really fight her necessarily.
That's why she keeps saying you're kind. Because it's him, and that's also probably why he keeps crapping out after like a week.
Yeah, but I mean, you think about Delos, James Delos, like it's the same kind of situation where you're just like glitching, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, pause there because then we go back over to Frankie.
But how long did it take her to make William though? She finally got William right.
I don't think she did. I don't think he is the same. So I think what he is not.
Oh, you know what?
Huh?
They had all that info from the park from him. So
Also, yeah.
All I had to do is just copy and paste, probably.
And he's not a direct. It's not taking his full brain, like his actual brain neurons firing and putting into a sphere. It's just taking that data, putting into a sphere to make the host, and then saying, "This is you," based off of all the times you were in the park doing all the parky things. So
He's still operating as William on the outside too, though.
yeah, because I
But
mean,
he's also very
Vicious as
still
hell.
pretty dark.
Yeah.
All these people, it's like, don't eat. I'll be right back.
they're sitting there.
It's delicious. Yeah, it was dark.
Yep. So I was like, all right,
Yeah,
I'm here for
he's
this.
Still a bad guy.
yeah. And so yeah, back in Gangster World, or Rebel HQ, some may call it. So we have Bernard putting Maeve back together, making her look pretty. Frankie's still asking questions. So you're treating her like, also giving how her. She also told us how
Frankie
her
was
mom-
I mean, she was suspicious, but she was like jumping to these random conclusions, like, oh, I took care of my mama, and you look like you're taking care of your mama. And it's like, what? What?
So I think
I don't know. It's,
she was doing the thing of like, hosts don't really have emotions of like, I'm guessing the ones that she's run into, they've just been killers because they've all been trying to definitely kill her. So her perception of, I'm sorry, Ghost, if I got you, of a host, I can only assume, I could definitely be wrong, is that they are not human, emotionless killers, and they cannot show compassion.
yeah, they're just copies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Carter, like was her first run-in with somebody that was faking to be somebody else.
Yeah. So she, but that's why
Terminators.
the Terminators, super, yeah. But that's why I feel like she also told, and this is stretching it now, the story of telling us how her mom died. I'm happy that I'm not happy she died the way she did, but happy it wasn't at the hand of a host just coming up and snapping the neck. But it was still sickness, so it was very drawn out, and got to a point where she was talking about she had to do everything for her, care for her. She's like, what you're doing there is exactly what I had to do for my mom when she got sick.
Yeah.
To see if there was any visceral reaction.
Yeah, like I wonder, like I mean, because their HQ is like, I mean, Mad Max stuff, right? So like, I'm just curious, like how they were able to take care of her up to a certain point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how did she die? Or what she had, or that
That's
kind of
probably
thing.
why it was so drawn out. Because they didn't have anything. It probably, in this distant future, I'm pretty sure they could cure or treat to the point of a cure, near cure to a lot of things.
Except Hale has no motivation to.
No, why would she?
Excuse me.
They can't get sick. They really don't need to eat. They only eat for giggles.
Yeah, and she's basically just trying to convince everybody to join her version of the Sublime.
Yeah. And they won't need medicine. They can just fix themselves by going and dip arm in goo, or really one of those things. But yeah, because they fixed Maeve right there.
Yeah, she was like rotting out.
Yeah. Fixed Maeve, got her a new core cartridge and everything, and she's...
And I saw on another thing that was saying that the cartridge that they took out of that body was the new Hector.
The new Hector. Oh yeah, the from Gangster World. Oh, symbolism. So yeah, it definitely was him. Which I wonder why they left him. That's another thing I'm wondering. If they left him just there, like what did the other hosts that they had playing in Gangster World while they were doing what they were really doing? What did they do with them?
Yeah.
Did they let them go out free? And if so, why they leave all these guys? Just
yeah,
lying
exactly.
around?
Like why didn't they advance them? Let them try to become,
Because
reprogram them.
hate to say it, Hale Loris is a bit elitist. If you weren't from the original park, you don't get to show up. If I made you, F you. I can say it, fuck you. Yeah.
Mature.
It's mature. So that's the only thing I could think of. But we didn't see any other host bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, which is, that was another thing. Like, it seemed a little odd, but at the same time, taking into consideration that Bernard already knew where everything was and what he was doing. He was already walking, like making a beeline to go get it before he mentioned that he was. So it just, I don't know, it just seemed a little awkward, but it makes sense. So.
Because he's been through it thousands of times before.
Yeah.
Yes. So then, he's up there, Maeve's about being done, Core's about to be put in, and
You gotta hide him.
gotta hide him, and she's like, all right, that's cool. And at that point, she's like fully like, he's super a host. I don't know what he wants, but I know he's a host.
Yeah.
Then walks in, everybody else is like, it's like they knew we were coming. I think we have a mole.
Right.
So, two things. One, they never actually answered that first question of how they knew they were coming. They never answered that.
How Bernard knew they were coming?
No, how they knew they were coming to the city. And they were like, I think we have a mole within our folks.
Oh.
They never answered that. But no,
Right, because Jay wasn't a mole until after they got
after.
there.
Yep.
So maybe her girlfriend is
Still a host.
possibly.
That's a possibility. It could still be the obvious one, but that might be too on the nose of it being Stubbs.
Yeah. And it may be Bernard too.
he had to let them know to get them switched so that to make events happen the way they need to happen.
Yeah, because the same thing with him making copies of everybody. He was like, you don't understand. This has to be done this way.
Yeah. It would take me too long to explain. All that good jazz.
Mm-hmm. Even stuff was like, what the hell, bro?
Bro, fam, I'm not trying to get shot again today.
Yeah, so he's got to kind of like, it seems like he's kind of got to play both sides to kind of get it up to a point or something.
Yeah. So she ends up shooting him in the chest, shooting him 3 times, tying them up to a chair, saying, wait here. I don't know what they tied him up with, but like, he could break out of that. I think he's being nice. He's being,
Yeah, he didn't need to break out. So
he didn't need, he's like, I'll wait here. She'll be back. What time is it? Yeah, she'll be back. Wait. What day of the week is it?
60% chance she'll be back. And when he said 60% chance, I almost thought like 60% of the time works every time.
Like, Stubbs, did you see a rain cloud on your way back? Yeah, why? Oh, we're fucked. So, yeah. I kind of really want that. It would be a very, like, weird... That would be a very nice little slice of humor in this show.
Right, because, like, the whole deal with, like, one of the first things he did was, like, when the drone was scanning for them, and he just, like, walks out into the thing, you know, completely oblivious, like trying to find a scarab or something, and it's just like, okay, cool, we're on the right timeline. The scarab was here. It's like, really? Like, this is so random. It's like, I don't know. Stuff like that is like a little too on the nose or weird without kind of explaining the whole back around type thing. I guess maybe they will.
I'm hoping they will. I mean, they will in a weird revelation roundabout way, because they did the same thing in the last season, like Dolores right before she went to her final fight with she was like, I'm not doing, like, really found out where her actual motives were and everything. Then Maeve was like, oh, cool, girl, you got this, go ahead.
Oh, like when they did the whole by the tree thing and their head thing.
Yeah. So I think we'll get there. But
2 more episodes.
True, yeah. Frankie locked her girlfriend away after she was like, that's shady, fam. Come on, get in the closet.
Yeah. I mean, because she super kind of called her out, or super kind of. But yeah, she called her out about not knowing the thing.
Yeah. I
can't remember exactly what it was. That's why it was like, thing. But
why would you? She's like, why would you want to bring a host back online? It's like, you would know exactly why I want to bring her back online.
About her father.
Yeah. So she put it in the closet, put a gun on the shelf, and it's like.
But I think that's bad news bears right there.
Yeah.
Because she put it too close.
She put it too close.
Because if her girlfriend is a host, she's gonna break out of there, and boom, her gun is right there.
Yep.
And she's gonna take care of Jay and think it's all taken care of, and turn around and
get shot in the side or head or both. Side head. Ooh.
Yep. And then it's gonna all go to crap. I bet next episode that happens. It all goes to crap, and you get the false defeat, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's another way that it works out. It spins out.
Or maybe that was the way it was supposed to go anyway.
And maybe that's it. That's it. Maybe there's no more episodes. And they're just like, oh well, that's how the cookie crumbles.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Caleb, cookie. When did he ever call her Cookie? I don't know.
In the very beginning, yeah. But
yeah. I wasn't expecting cookie, baby, cookie.
Bernard planted the seeds. She then goes to old dude, and then she was trying to figure out if it was him, and she was just talking to him, playing him. He didn't know it was playing him, but as a host does, because a host may have your thoughts and the way that you do things, but the things that they don't know the things that you would never say out loud, even if it's in there.
Right.
Like
just probability, right?
Yeah. Like the host could have the information that you care very deeply for this person, but you've never said out loud in your life that you love them. And then out of the blue, they come up there like, what are you doing? I've always loved you. And they're like, all right, fam, you're not you.
Yeah.
And
like the whole thing with Jay, where it's like, oh, you're like family to me. And it's like,
you're my...
like at that point, like I mean, they went back and they showed. I don't know. I don't feel like this week's writing was as strong as it has been, and this one was pretty straightforward. But like the whole backstory with Jay, just to show that he's doesn't consider her family, it was like all that just for that, you know.
I think they would have had to do it, or else. I don't know. I have faith in folks that watch the show. If folks watch this show, if they hadn't have done that, they may have been confused.
I get that, but it just seemed like there should be layers and not just that long thing just for that one reason. You know what I mean?
If they had done this scene before they revealed that they're currently in the future after Caleb dies and everybody loses, and they had done that scene, like if they had that scene randomly put at the beginning of episode 6, episode 3, and then we got to here, it would have been fine. It would have still been that timey-wimey stuff, but they did. It's almost because they did in the same episode.
Yeah, that's true.
So. But
yeah, it was just a little too straightforward. I think a little too on the nose.
Yeah, which it might. These last couple episodes also might be, just because it's like, all right, we're sprinting towards the finish line now. Everybody's on the same page. I still think we're a couple weeks out from Teddy and Dolores meeting.
Well, they've already met.
I mean, everybody and Teddy catching up to Dolores and Teddy.
Gotcha.
I still think we're a couple weeks out from that.
Yeah.
Because Maeve and Bernard are in the same place now.
Yeah. Yeah, and all that's caught up.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out, like, what is the end game here? Because if they've got one more season, are they going to bring it up to a point where they defeat Hale? Then what?
All-out war.
Or are they not going to defeat Hale and they're just going to end this world? And then you've just got hosts versus humans and hosts, good hosts. I don't know.
I feel like that's where, honestly, I feel like that's where it's heading. It's about to be.
I just hope they don't paint themselves into a corner like a lot of shows do.
I don't think they
where
will.
then they've got left is the Deus Ex Machina, you know, and just like whoop, they just pull it out and like ha ha, you know.
Dylan, you know, it'd be very messed up.
What?
If this is all still
Yeah, and this is like just him still running
the program of like, if I stay on this path, what happens?
Interesting. I've thought about that too. Like yeah, what if this all was still just a simulation, or they could I think one of the first things I said this season was, if they are affecting things in real life, this was before we knew about the flies though, because they were affecting real life people. If the next logical level, it seems like it could be for them exploring different AI things and what's reality and questioning the nature of your reality and all these things. This seems like the next logical step is to consider that we are actually all completely in a program. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That whole the Matrix thing. Matrix. I mean, they're hitting very hard last season and this towards the Matrix.
Yeah. I think. I don't know. I mean.
So yes. I mean, possibly that is the Sublime, where they have completely transcended this world. You know.
The war of two paradise. The Paradise War. Paradise War. Ooh.
Yeah. Because in the teaser for next episode, Hale calls like an end to it. And she's like, some of you may be surprised, but it's basically upload or oh well,
Yeah. So I think that's. Oh, I mean, they don't have to beat Hale this episode. Season 1, Season 2 is one season, because it just continued over, and it just then was aftermath of the chaos, and it was still timey-wimey.
True.
So they could get to a point where it is a climax here. Like, we are watching the break of war. The climax is the war breaks out, events, and then it climaxes again, and that's the end of the war.
See that.
And then they bring the one thing I don't think they're gonna do, that's in my head brain, is once they get to the war, Bernard, Dolores, and Maeve all go into the Sublime, and Teddy, and they ask for the original host's help to put an end to this war against the new host.
Because Dolores has an army.
And they need one too.
But also, like where does William fit into this? Because we know from the flashback at the end of season 2, that he is basically in. I don't know if it could potentially be in Gangster World, but he is in the deserted area, right?
Yeah.
And he goes in, but it's his daughter, and she's a host, and she's also apparently testing his fidelity. But if that's I'm confused by that, because we never saw that or referenced that again, but we've already got host William.
We got host William, but I don't think we got host William.
Like actual
host
Not
William.
like in the Caleb sense.
Yeah, not in the Caleb sense. I think, I think what's about to happen is the Man in Black, we'll call him that because that's essentially what he is, is going to let William out. And then they're going to be like, best friends forever. And they're going to be up there kind of wrecking everyone's life and just being menaces together and high-fiving all the time. And then it's going to get to a point of like, do you want to really be me? And then the Man in Black's like, I do want to be you, but I feel like to be you, you have to be me because this is going to die. And he's like, you're right. So how are we going to do this? And then they're like,
I mean, somebody's going to make his daughter.
I think he is. But I think, so what I think is going to end up happening is his humanity that he reacquired at the end of last season before he got jumped by himself. And like his not him, I don't even really know what to call it, like everything else, the darkness that is within him, the ambitions, all his other super
Man in Black of him.
the Man in Black of him are going to reconcile, become one again, and then he's going to be like, all right, and he's going to be probably, if not Caleb, the first person to successfully become immortal.
Because they're burning a new copy of Caleb right now.
Yep.
And he is, for whatever Hale's ends, she's got him up to the point that she wants him so that she can use him for something. And she's burning copy 279 or something like that.
Yep.
And
280 is going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though, is she torched all the rest, so she's got the copy she wants. And so I think she's going to try to use him to draw Frankie out, obviously. But to what end? Because the whole point was that she couldn't control him, even up to that point.
I think she's just like, doesn't matter. I get him to draw them out.
Just
I blow
manipulate
everything
him.
up.
What if they confront Hale and they defeat her, and in the midst of all of this and her failure, she reacquires her humanity, and the Man in Black and William become the new villains,
That's a possibility
and
too.
then it's Host versus the Man in Black, like
He's the biggest bad that's always been. That's a possibility too. So
you've got like Caleb's army versus the Man in Black's army, William's army, because Caleb always seemed kind of like the opposite of
the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, even in Dolores made him the prophecy child, the chosen. Dolores made him the chosen one, and even in this, Dolores said, in sense, you are, without saying it in like you're the chosen one, like you are the chosen one, because all outliers from this generation of outliers started with him. He was the first one that was able to bust the flies.
Yeah, he was. Well, I mean, there could have been others, but he at least he was in the right place at the right time, at the very least.
I mean,
but at the same time, like, there are still other iterations of Dolores that, like, oh shoot, what's his name? I want to say that's not Hector.
Lance? No. Who's Lance?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
There's probably a Lance somewhere.
But
the dude that showed up to Bernard and Stubbs at the end of last season.
Oh yeah. Got his name?
Lawrence. Yeah, you were close.
Okay.
Yeah. So what about that Lawrence version? Is he
still out there?
Like
somewhere?
basically running the rebels potentially, and we just haven't seen him yet, or like?
It's a possibility.
Was he found and destroyed?
That's also a possibility.
Yeah.
So
it's just a scheduling conflict.
With one scene from because I think we've covered all the show. With one scene that was in the little teaser that they show like 2 seconds of, and they were like, it was a lot of this. Hale in her red garb, lady in red, scar showing full, her red dress.
I'm trying to remember that part.
Yeah.
He might come back to me in a second.
Okay.
It's a long day.
She looked like she was standing face to face with a Hale all in black. Yeah.
Interesting.
And William was facing William. It was the parts where they like paused a half a millisecond longer were all parts where somebody was facing a counterpart.
Interesting.
And then Dolores and Teddy. But yeah, because William was facing William. Hale looked like she was facing a Hale, but the camera angle was like down here from to the side, and they looked like they had the same skin tones. That's the only reason I thought why. So, and it could have been Maeve. So potentially.
I mean, we've yet to see what Maeve's endgame and Hale's endgame are going to be.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think like this one is just I mean, for lack of a better word, almost a filler episode to just kind of get us through. I mean, some big things happened, obviously. We saw Maeve come back and some things with C, and obviously the big fidelity test with Caleb was a big reveal or a big thing going on, which was really fun and interesting to watch. But I'm still kind of, I mean, Hale's obsession with Caleb is, I don't know, it shows a lot of weakness on her, you know?
Because she knows she can never actually win. Because with this, so with there being 36, like, outlier hosts. We'll call them.
I think it's 38.
38 outlier hosts, and then constantly having outlier humans that have contact with those outlier hosts. And for her knowing and being there, like it started with Caleb, it bothers her because she knows, even though she has the rest of humanity now under her thumb, make a dude play piano so his fingers bleed.
Yeah. She's done the math, and for whatever reason, it's not adding up.
Something's just not right, and she doesn't know what it is. And because there's
literally getting under her skin.
literally, it's because she doesn't have that piece of the unknown. She is like.
Speaking of, at the end of it, when she walked out on the ledge, I honestly thought she was about to just jump.
Me too. I mean, after somebody told me some truths like that.
Yeah, Caleb laid it on thick.
It's like, maybe they just don't want to be in your world. Maybe you just suck, dog.
He said, suck
it. And she was like, you know what? Maybe your neck broke. He's like, huh? So, yeah.
He said, huh?
She was trying to like.
I'm still like processing that. That was good.
She was trying to throw shade on him and like make it like, that's all you gonna do is tell your daughter that she ain't gonna win, or that she is gonna win.
She went through all that just to hear that. It's like,
and then she lied.
Like a logical conclusion to me.
And she lied to him. It's like she's not gonna hear it. To try and like diminish his hope. And we know that she heard at least the first part of it before old dude went bop bop. Because he was like, oh fam, hold on, you don't need to hear any of that.
Cookie. Hey, Cookie, you gonna win, Cookie?
You gonna win.
And Jason, that's how the cookie crumbles.
They need to find some. They had guns that could work against hosts in the last season. Where are those guns? Oh wait, humanity sucks now. Not humanity sucks, but humans are on the run.
What you talking? I mean, yeah, they can kill hosts.
Yeah, they can kill hosts, but that
they're still like Terminator.
Yeah,
oh yeah, the upgrades maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that's what it is too. And then like the weaponry they had last season, because I feel like Dolores had guns just for hosts. It wasn't Dolores. Maeve had guns just for hosts when she had that big fight against the Doloreses.
The Dolori?
Oh my gosh. We are the Dolori.
That needs to happen.
So, when she fought the Dolori and she was like controlling a helicopter, she had the gun that would like pierce right through their stuff, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She had the good guns and a sword. So
yeah, Maeve needs her samurai sword back.
Fam, that's somewhere in the desert. That's so cool though. The thought of like Bernard being like, "There's something else you need before we go. Stop the helicopter here." And they just like land in the middle of the desert.
The wind pushes the sand back, and it like Excalibur, just like oh.
She backflips out the helicopter. It's been a long time, old girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so cool. I want
For
that.
sure.
Oh man! All right.
We're just gonna turn it. What's that show on AMC that the other guy was on? The J guy was on?
Into the Badlands.
Into the Badlands. It's just gonna turn into Into the Badlands at this point.
Gonna turn it into the Badlands. Not upset about any of that. So
they're already in the Badlands. So
they super are. Why is Gangster World in a desert?
Yep.
All right. Did you have anything else?
Not that I could think of. I'm kind of tired. It's been a long day, but yeah, this is a great show, of course, but yeah, I'm really curious to see where it's going, what the end game is, and what Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy have put together for us. And of course, this is it, penultimate episode next week, and then the finale,
Yep.
and then hopefully we don't have to wait too long for that final season.
Hopefully not.
If they continue it. I mean, if they played the
Yeah.
cards right, they could pull another season out. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with it. They already got humanity in the palm of her hand, and she's ready to squash it.
Yeah.
The next episode is where she's like, all right, that's it.
I mean, that's kind of what I would... Okay, I'll say this. After... We're in season 4. Season 3, I didn't know what they were going to do. They were out of the park. I was like, what are they going to do now? Just
I thought that was it. Like, it
Yeah.
ended up like Fight Club.
Yeah.
It's like
And, like, then they had Rehoboam and old dude. I forgot his name.
Sirach.
They had Sirach. They had... Yeah, I feel like...
Scraped
Depending.
upon himself.
Yeah. Depending on what they do, everything might end up coming back all into one, I feel like. And if we see a host version of, I was about to say Anthony Hopkins, if he feels like it.
I mean, I don't know why they haven't yet.
Yeah.
It seems like the obvious thing. I mean, when this show first started in season 1, I was like, they're gonna have to do something with him quick because he's up there.
Yeah.
And dude is still kicking around, like
still kicking
playing
around.
piano on TikTok or not
Yeah.
wherever he's on
TikTok.
Twitter and Facebook. Yeah,
Yep.
it's like bring him back, man.
Bring him back. Just for one thing. Maybe he was always the bad. Maybe he's the bad guy still. I don't know.
He's the puppet master.
Maybe he has just been in the Sublime the whole time. Who knows? I don't know.
I mean, you would think he would come up. Well, I think one of his things was like, we served our time. Now it's their turn.
Yeah.
But as instrumental and as like freaking genius as that guy was, like you would think that William's ego probably wouldn't let him, but somebody would recreate Ford.
Just one more time.
Bernard, at least, that was his buddy, right?
Yeah. One more again.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, maybe when we do get that finale in credit scene where William is there with his daughter, maybe it's Ford that has orchestrated all that, and she just like, okay, time to meet the maker.
Yeah.
Door opens up. Ford steps out. Hello.
Hello there, William. How are you today? Listen, I can't do Anthony Hopkins. Nobody can. It's a bag of Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello, Clarice.
So yeah, but yeah, I feel like, yeah, that would be very interesting. Or I would love to have him back one more time, cameo, whatever.
Yeah.
Something.
Just, I mean, I don't care if he just tap dances across the screen. Just bring it back.
Voiceover, just hear him. Oh, that'd be super dope.
Revelation hit like a ton of bricks. All right,
If
you gotta
he-
share now.
If he is, they go back to one of the old parks in Roman World.
And he's the Caesar.
And he's the AI that runs Roman World, because if it's the first park, it used to run on an AI. It's his voice and him, and he can also be the Caesar. But sure, I would like for him to come back as an AI, because he can do things with the voice. Like you said, Anthony Mackie is old. Not Anthony Mackie. Anthony Hopkins he's getting up there.
On your left.
And I don't know. Don't want to see him go, but give me one last
Such a
hurrah.
legend.
Yeah,
Such a freaking legend.
which we're losing them left and right nowadays.
Oh, bro.
So
Between COVID and just COVID and everything.
So, this is my last thing. This is very unrelated to the show. We had a thing cancel at my place of employment. Won't say any names. And a lot of the folks that were going were folks that were a bit more seasoned in life. And I am responsible for looking at some of those emails and things. And one of them said, Why did y'all move this to next year?
Half of us ain't gonna make it.
Period. How many of us you think will still be around by then? And all I could do was look at it, and I was like, I don't know what to do with
How do
this.
you respond to that?
Processed. Okay.
I hear you.
I hear you. Would you like a refund? Cause yeah, it was intense.
That's hilarious, though.
So yeah, that's my story for the day, y'all.
Man.
Thank you.
Were you about to sing Golden Girls?
No.
Thank you for being oh man. Straight up B. Arthur and like how many of y'all think we're gonna be here? Oh man. Okay. I'm delirious. I'm getting tired. But yeah, great episode.
Barely 75. she ain't got too many sunrises left.
75 ain't that old.
You asked the right person, maybe. I mean, shoot.
That's why you gotta take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
That's why we got AI. Just
That's why we got
get Fidelity on
man.
yourself.
Do they have old hosts? Like actual old people hosts? I'm not saying old people, but like actual elderly hosts?
I don't think so because, I mean, maybe for storylines, but yeah, because they had like homeless people and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, like old 49ers and stuff like that in Westworld.
Bro. Oh, yeah, because homie had the very first one who was like the minor 49er. That's a Scooby-Doo thing, a different thing. But yeah, who's up there? Oh, hell, here we go, everybody. Complete, got my point in my cup. And that's exactly what he did. Because Ford was looking at bring Ford back. That's all. Thank you. All right, I'm tired.
Yep. All right. So anyways, thank you guys for joining us. If you have anything else, you can hit us up with the comments and we can talk about that. Appreciate it. So yeah, we hope that you will join us next week, and there will be a lot more to talk about next week. I can think this is just kind of like a filler episode, even though there's some good stuff still, because it's a good show. Even the filler's good. But yeah, I hope that you will join us next week live, Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Please like, subscribe, hit that little bell icon if I can find the button. That way you know when we drop videos, when we go live, and all that fun stuff. And don't forget to check out that website at www.broken.pictures.com. I am Dylan.
I am
Still deciding.
Caesar. I'm Quinn. I couldn't. I am Quinn. At 2, Brute. At 2.
We'll see you next time. All right, peace.
Bye.